What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And it is your girl, Marisha LaShay. It is so good to be here before you this morning on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. It is. And welcome to season 6 of The Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. That's right, it is season 6. So let's stand up and let's clap it up. Your girl that made it to a 6th season. God is good. Glory be to God, who is the head of my life. Thank you guys. Man, tremendously from the bottom of my heart, my support system especially. Thank you guys for the likes, the shares, and my listeners. Thank you guys so much. None of this will be possible without you guys doing what you do for me. Little old me. Thank you guys for just rocking with me this long. Let's continuously to rock on. We got stuff going on. So allow me to share with you my story this morning as it relates to my journey of how the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay has come about. So, my story all began during November of 2020 during the pandemic when my father and I will get up and host these morning meetings to promote productivity in our lives because we were working on multiple projects at that time and building up different programs and things like that. So one morning, me and him, we were thinking about different things, different thought provoking things that we had never thought about before. And we started utilizing each other, brainstorming, and just kind of throwing the ideas back and forth. So then when that happened, I took the suggestion that, my dad was like, well, why don't you, kind of introduce and go live about that, have your own little show. And I didn't think too much about it because it was like, first it sounded crazy because I didn't know anything about hosting a show or writing a script or getting, pulling my ideas together. But I ran with the idea, stepped out on faith with me not knowing anything, went to my first social media platform, which was Facebook at the time, Facebook Live, to rise at 5:30 in the morning to speak to people on a bigger platform, but to also hear the thoughts of other people being involved in this process, which later grew into this. Okay. And he even threw in the idea of it being for 30 days in the months of April, you know, June, September, and November. And he chose those months because they only have 30 days, which would generate 30 episodes, which would then give me a whole season. So from that point on, I'm like, okay, we're on to something. It began to expand so fast and over a period of time that it was just remarkable. And ever since then, I just been going at it, keeping it going, keeping the content going, trying out different platforms, ordering, redirecting my show and ordering it in a way that I see fit to do so. So, yes, you guys. So, as I move on into my next phase of the show, let's talk about the mental check in. And this is measured on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being the worst day of your life, and 10 being the best day of your life. Can I be below a 1? Absolutely. Can I be above a 10? Absolutely. Today, as I measure my number of where I am mentally, I'm a solid 8. Definitely a solid 8 this morning as I'm speaking to you. Because, of course, every time that I come before you guys and drop a breakfast show, I have already had to step into my meditation and just kind of deal with who I am when I wake up in the morning. I'm not like jumping off a bridge of high energy this morning, but I am functioning from a place of I understand my commitments and what I have to do. So I'm good. I'm reserved. Of course, I got to go ahead and finish this week strong because this is the last week of me being a middle school teacher this school year. Um, of course, I'll be back in the fall of teaching again. However, I'm just finishing out my first year as a middle school teacher. And wow, is all I can say, right? Wow. Wowzers. And also just coming back down from off the weekend where I traveled. So, that can kind of be a process within itself. So, yeah, just trying to collect myself and get myself together. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and jump right on into these 6 goals that I have, why it being the 6th season. First and foremost, I always want to be able to expand my listening base. I'm currently at 712 listeners out of 1,000. My goal is 1,000. Keep it a stack. Second goal is to continuously to keep expanding to various countries. Currently have 12 countries that I am being heard in, and I would like to lock down 183 more. Worldwide, can you say international? Yes. Okay, let's continue. So, grow my presence on YouTube. I currently only have 16 subscribers, and I need to grow that. But with your help, I would love for you guys to help me grow that and to reach my goal of just start another stream of income with YouTube. So, without further ado, is provide my username for YouTube, which is Marisha LaShay at 1020. So, definitely please feel free to check that out. Of course, I have season 1 all the way to season 6 of episodes and content. So, definitely check me out and tune in. So, as relates to my next goal, subscription starting with Apple Podcasts. Of course, at some point, I know that I have to go ahead and turn to subscriptions as I continuously to keep dropping content and everything that is just taking place and actually happening. So, yes. And I want to definitely be able to establish a podcast for younger listeners. And that is currently in the works. It will be actually dropping in 5 days. I have definitely been promoting it on the actual breakfast show. Flyers are to come as I've been doing a lot of work and a lot of different things, but I definitely have a clear vision as to where I want the breakfast show with Marisha LaShay to actually go and to continue to actually keep birthing these things and getting on the producer side of things. And last but not least, adding digital products and merchandise. Let's talk about some of these digital products. Maybe opening like an online store so you guys can kind of get merchandise, but also um, different ebooks and things like that, and different workbooks and, classes. So, yes, please stay tuned for what's to come as I'm birthing different things out of the breakfast show with it being season 6. So, with that being said, this season podcast focuses on 26 trending topics in life in an alphabetical order. Today is day 5 of the breakfast show. We have 25 more days. So, the next letter is going to be E. And we want to ask the question of the day: what topics start with the letter E? So, of course, today we're going to be talking about e commerce. So, for those that don't know what e commerce is, what is that? It starts with E, of course, but what is e commerce? So, e commerce is defined as electronic commerce and is the activity of electronically buying or selling products online based on it being over the internet. E-commerce draws on technologies such as mobile commerce, electric funds transfer, supply chain management, internet marketing, online transaction processing, electronic data interchange, inventory management systems, and automatic data collection systems. E commerce is in the turn driven by the technical advances of semiconductor industry and the largest sector or the electronics industry, excuse me. So let's talk about who uses e-commerce. All consumers, such as myself, and everyone in various roles. Okay. Where are the e-commerce brands located? All over the internet on a global and international platforms. Some examples of these e-commerce brands are Amazon, Flipkart, eBay, Fiverr, Fiverr. I'm sorry, Fiverr, Upwork, Alex, and Quicker. Okay, just to name a few. And when did this world of e-commerce begin? So it all started back in 1982. English inventor Michael Aldrich uses a transaction processing computer and doctored television to create the very first secure data transmission, laying the groundwork for online shopping. Okay, in that same year, the first online marketplace, Boston Computer Exchange, opens for business. However, it didn't become popular until the early 2010s. per se. And the e-commerce business will continue to expand, especially on the future platform, because these particular platforms that we are currently utilizing, it is definitely going to take the future by storm. Okay. And here are a couple trends that are going to definitely grow this business. So let's talk about artificial intelligence generated noise, which produces articles and pictures and are going to mainstream pretty fast. As a result, AI generated content marketing will explode while its effectiveness decreases to keep results going in the right direction and figure out that's me messaging that resonates with your ideal customer on a spiritual level. Dial into that niche even more. And for those that don't know what a niche is, it would actually be like your category, whether you're in sports, whether you are in fitness, whether you are in podcasting, whether you are in ebooking, digital products, and different things like that. Pricing pressure in the open e-commerce world, customers can price check. Thus, the pressure towards the commonization is even greater, especially when selling on platforms like Amazon. And pricing changes faster. This creates methods to differentiate your products. When you're done well, you can achieve value pricing, which outperforms marketing pricing. Then you have the 80 and 20 customer segmentation to avoid commoditization. What are your customer segments? What is unique about the top 20%? Figure out how to keep and grow these customers as you align new customer acquisition. You can find more joy and financial freedom doing your best work for customers who love it. Then let's talk about the social commerce. Social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest are quickly becoming major players in e-commerce. The integration of shopping features within these platforms, such as Instagram Checkout and Facebook Marketplace, allows users to purchase products without ever leaving the platform. This seamless integration is expected to drive social commerce growth in 2023 and beyond. Personalization. Consumers are increasing looking for personalized shopping experiences, and e-commerce retailers are responding by using data analytics and AI to provide customized product recommendations, targeted advertising, and personalized email marketing. This trend is expected to continue to grow in 2023, with retailers using a combination of customer data and predictive analytics. Anal- uh, excuse me, analytics. Anal- uh, uh-oh. Analytics to create tailored shopping experiences. And we also have a augmented reality, which is AR and virtual reality. AR and VR technology are transforming the way consumers shop online by allowing customers to virtually try on clothing or visualize furniture in their homes. Retailers can provide a more immersive and interactive shopping experience. This trend is expected to grow in 2023 as more retailers adopt AR and VR technology to enhance their online shopping experience. And last but not least, as I mentioned and stated earlier, subscription services. Subscription based e commerce services have been on the rise for several years, and this trend is expected to continue in 2023. Consumers are increasing turning to subscription services for convenience, value, and personalized product recommendations. Retailers are responding by offering everything from personalized clothing subscriptions to meal kit deliveries and beauty product subscriptions. Sustainable and ethical shopping last and finally, consumers are becoming more conscious of the impact their purchase decisions have on the environment and society. As a result, sustainable and ethical shopping practices are becoming increasingly important for e-commerce retailers in 2023. We can expect to see more retailers focus on sustainable and ethical sourcing, packaging, manufacturing, and initiatives to reduce their carbon footprint. So, yay on that tip of how it's gonna, continue to grow in the future. of course. And we want to talk about the why. We want to talk about um, why e-commerce versus our previous retail store, our current retail uh, store retailers now. And let's talk about e-commerce businesses stores. They host their business online first and foremost. Customers can shop the products from anywhere, but they cannot touch them or see them more than a picture or actual video. Online stores have a huge advantage over physical retailers because they are able to sell to customers over a wider geographic area. Many sell to the entire province, states, countries, and even the whole world. Another pro enjoyed by online companies that they are more convenient for shoppers who don't want the hassle and time requirement of in-person shopping. E-commerce is an excellent solution. And finally, e-commerce earnings are growing faster than brick and mortar sales and could one day exceed earnings from in-person shopping. The biggest con for online stores is that they incur costs that many physical retailers don't. Online retailers must pay shipping costs if they don't ask customers to foot the bill. Spend money on packaging items like boxes, and they may also need to spend money on inventory storage because there are no digital shelves or storage rooms that can hold a physical product. Another disadvantage faced by online stores is the lack of interaction a customer can have with the product. The customer can't feel, try on, otherwise physically examine the product, which might make them hesitant to buy. Now, when you have a brick and mortar stores, a brick store has a physical location to sell from where customers can come and see the products in person. However, customers have to actually visit that location to shop with the business. The pros and the cons associated with physical shops are essentially the opposite of those experienced by e-commerce stores. A physical store doesn't have to worry about paying shipping costs. In most cases, they typically have storage rooms, so extra inventory space often isn't necessary, and their customers could take a close look at the products in person to help them decide whether or not to buy. One extra pro is that physical commerce provides instant gratification. Customers don't have to wait days or weeks to receive their item, instead they can walk out the store with it. There are cons to selling in person as well because in person shoppers have to visit the store, while in person a physical retailer may notice limitation to the geographic regions they serve. A business owns a single location may only be able to cater to a single town or city. However, businesses that run a larger chain can compete against e-commerce in this respect. Consumers in a rush may also choose to buy online instead of in store because it's more convenient. Okay. So, um, e-commerce versus the brick and mortar making transactions a few decades ago, technology wasn't as advanced enough to easily make online payments, meaning goods had to be purchased in person. However, modern technology has opened up payment options available to e-commerce stores that physical retailers cannot take advantage of. That being said, that there are still some old classics of payment that physical stores can accept that online ones cannot. Transactions, online stores can accept several forms of payment, including credit cards, gift cards, PayPal, and sometimes debit cards or cryptocurrency. This means customers have a wide variety of choice when it comes to paying for their purchases. However, the one form of currency that online stores cannot accept is cash, which could turn away some potential customers. In addition, some consumers have concerns about the safety of online transactions and potential for data breaches that could lead to financial information being leaked to criminals. Also, physical store transactions. Physical stores allow customers to pay with debit, credit, gift cards, and cash. Many are also working on accepting other methods like Apple Pay, while many of these options are the same as what's available on e-commerce platforms. The additional of cash payments made physical stores somewhat safer than online. Was the biggest con for physical stores is that they can accept PayPal. PayPal offers excellent protections for clients and businesses alike, and many people prefer to pay using this method. Also, I want to throw in that with online shopping, you have pay after, Affirm. You could pay later with Klarna and things like that. So, with that being said, thank you guys. This is the close of the show. Now that I have finished up everything as relates to e-com shopping and things like that, and just sharing information with you guys so you guys can kind of get an idea and know, because this is things that we're already doing and we know, you know what I'm saying? But it's just keeping it fresh and just enlightening everyone that did not know, especially the older generation of people. You know, everybody got to kind of get hip to the game as to what is new and what is not. So, with that being said, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. I hope that you enjoyed today's show. Definitely so. So you guys know where to find me. I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow from at the same time, same place. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.